Welcome to the Next Level Podcast.
Your phone is?
Yeah. Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Next Level Podcast. We live out here. We got the new set. We got the new chairs. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I hope you guys like this new setup. I find it a lot more comfortable for
Heck
sure.
yeah. The chairs are nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to who
Home
that?
Goods.
Home Goods.
Shout
But
out to Home Goods.
who picked this stuff out?
My wife, Ashley.
All right.
It's
Ashley.
good.
But
yeah.
we're halfway there. We still got to paint some walls.
halfway there.
Yeah.
It's
We
looking
got
good
some
in here, though. This is going to be a new podcast room.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're doing something differently here now. We're going live from 3 accounts at the same time. So if you encounter like any issues, any juddering, or you see it that it freezes a lot, please let us know in the comment section. That way we know to kind of lower the what would you call it, the performance on the accounts. So that's it right there, guys. Thank you so much for being here. And what are we talking about today, guys?
We're going to talk about equity.
Equity. Let's do it.
Yeah, so equity, people like to feel good about buying their property. When you say, I'm walking into equity, what does that mean?
I'm walking here.
I'm walking into equity.
I'm walking into equity
What does
here.
that mean, man?
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
I'm walking here.
I'm
So walking
here.
into equity is the day you buy the property,
Yeah.
open the front door, and you go, I smell equity.
That smells like equity right there.
Smells real nice.
And so we're an investor podcast. So, I mean, homeowners can walk into equity too, but most of the time you're going to buy a property, you're going to buy the property
Market value.
exactly on the market. So,
So what does this mean though? What is equity? What is that?
well, so you want to buy the property. Obviously, you're going to buy the property below market when you're an investor. You want that equity so that if anything happens, you know, you have to sell it quicker than you wanted to. You have to, a life event happened and you got to move the property. You can sell the property without losing money.
Okay.
So equity is is basically an unforeseen value. Really, equity is nothing until you sell a property.
Yeah, it's just like stocks, right? You don't.
Yeah, you have your equity in the stock. Like I bought it for, $50 a share. It's worth $200. Does it mean you have $150 in profit?
Not until you sell it.
That's right. So
It's like chocolate. It's like someone like, hey, this chocolate, you could sell it for $5,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna sell it to you for $2 because I need to get rid of it and I can't be picky right now. So you say, okay, yeah,
Or it
here's
melted.
$2, right?
or it melted.
Yeah, like the guy goes like, I don't have a freezer, dude, and this chocolate's gonna melt.
You
It's
gotta
already
put it in the freezer,
melted, so
bro.
here's $2 for the
I
chocolate.
just bought this for $5.
I buy it for $2. I put it in my freezer. I make it look nice. If it get frozen again, now I sell it for $5. I make $3 profit.
Yeah.
I'm walking into $3 of equity.
So while it was chilling in the freezer, you had $3 of equity.
Equity.
You hadn't made it yet.
Well, I like cold chocolate too. I like
Oh,
to
the
cook.
cold
There you
chocolate
go.
is the
And I
best.
sold it to you. Yeah.
Oh yeah. it's
Anthony
good.
bought it. He bought what you're selling.
No, you can sell that for good money.
Yeah.
Take a chocolate bar.
He
go
gave you
home.
a deal at 5.
No,
He
go
just could've
home.
sold
Take
for
it.
$6.
Take a Snickers
Yeah.
bar and put it inside the freezer.
Exactly.
It's good.
Yeah, that's why Anthony. Never mind.
That's why I'm gaining weight.
That's equity.
Equity.
All right, that's it, guys. No, just kidding.
No, so people love equity because it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You buy
Safe.
a house. Yeah, usually it takes time to build equity. We talk about building equity. How do you build equity? There's also forced equity. How you force equity into a property.
Renovations.
Do renovations.
That's better known as sweat equity.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sweat equity. When you do the renovations yourself,
You're making it go to the gym and get gains.
Yeah.
make it sweat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can put equity into you can make the property gain equity by doing renovations, either yourself, hiring somebody to do it. Time will start to build equity as it appreciates over time. So that's how most people do it in the traditional sense. But you can put equity, you can make equity like if you install a pool in a property, or you put a landscaping in.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're able to do it in a way that, cost-effective manner, then you're going to, force equity into your property. So it's somebody's gonna want to say, hey, I want that landscape all done. I don't want to do it myself,
Yeah.
and they'll buy it for you for more than for more than a chocolate bar.
Yeah. So as an investor, why is it important to have equity? What if somebody says, "Hey, I want cash flow." I hear all this, these sexy things of, "Hey, yeah, I got passive income," but I know your philosophy, Anthony, is not as much that. It's more, "Hey, I want to have a good equity position in this property."
Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing: like, it takes you walk into a property, and say you can sell this property for $30,000 more than you bought it for on day one. Okay, let's just say it's worth 300,000, and you have 10% equity in the property. So you'd be worth You'd have $30,000 equity. Well, say, hey, Bailey, I got a property over here that's worth 300,000. You're gonna buy it for 300,000, but you get $500 a month in cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how long is it going to take you to get the equity to build $30,000 in equity? I can sell it tomorrow and make my 30,000.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna take some time.
It's going to take some time. So that's the reason why I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes you multiple doors. It takes you many properties to equate to catch up with equity.
Plus, that is assuming that everything goes perfectly fine. There's no AC that goes out. There's no repairs that need to be done.
Absolutely.
Like that.
Exactly. So that's where I think equity is much more sexy than cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if most people that are investors, they have a side hustle. They have say you work, you work you work for a hospital. You're a nurse, or you work as an engineer, or whatever you do for a living. You typically have. We meet a lot of investors that have a 9-to-5 job.
Mm-hmm.
And then why do you need equity? Why do you need cash flow? Like that extra $200, $300, $100 a month, is that really going to change your life? I'm in the belief that it probably would not.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, and equity may not change your life, as Felix sits on. I think equity doesn't change your life until you sell the property, obviously.
Yeah.
But it does make you feel good. Like, people like to, hey, I bought that property. Like, I feel wealthier. I feel like I have more money, even though I haven't sold it. I feel like I have more money. I have $30,000 in that property. I think you're gonna feel a lot more, You're gonna feel a lot better about yourself than if you said, hey, I don't have any equity in that, but I'm getting $500 a month cash flow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's a lot of advantages too with having equity in a property. Like, eventually, if you have enough, you could do refinance if you need some cash for another investment. And
yeah, it's an easy thing to tap into. Your house is an easy cash resource.
Yeah, HELOCs, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so that's and so buying and then having equity when you buy a property, why it's so important is because is lending. I mean, yeah, you could do you can do hard money loan or private money loan, but even private money lenders, hard money lenders, they want equity. They're not going to lend you what the property's worth.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they want that 5% down, that 3.5% down.
No, that's a regular.
Well, that's for like regular buyers in the market, right?
Right.
That's why they want that. But like investors,
you're going to do
20% down
plus. So,
and if you don't want to put a percent down, well then, buddy, you're probably gonna be paying a lot of points.
correct.
Mhm.
Exactly. So,
Which is not a bad thing.
no, it's not a bad thing. I mean, everybody has a different exit strategy, but the equity protects you. It's like that protection. It protects the lender. It protects you for all those oops. If you bought the property and you're like, oh, I have $30,000 in equity.
Mhm.
But what happens if an AC breaks? And
Boom, a roof.
a roof. Like,
You got some play in there.
you get some play. You
At
can,
least it's not digging into your reserves or into. Well, no, I guess those are the reserves, but it's not digging into, like, I don't know, like you have to pay now, extra money for it.
yeah.
What would
yeah.
you call that?
No, well, if you had to sell the property and then you're like, oh, well, I got to do the roof too.
Dang.
Dang it.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, roofs are expensive
So that's,
depending on the amount.
but so that it happens, right? Like, you talk about it like it could happen though.
Yeah.
The roof, things go wrong. So the equity, again, protects you. It acts as a protection. It's
Yeah.
like an umbrella.
And then eventually, once it's paid off, then if you're renting out the house, eventually once it's paid off, then you can have a nice monthly income.
Yeah, I mean, and then if you collect enough of those,
Yeah.
if you're able to have enough equity, cash out, refi, and we can explain all that another time, how you pull your money out and how
Keep it
the
going.
property, yeah, you pull your equity back out, and you leave equity in the property, but you pull your cash back out and keep doing it. If you do that enough times, then you get enough doors or enough properties that then the cash flow starts. That $200 you got 10. That $200 is now a month per property is now a 2,000.
Yeah.
And now you're talking, some money where you could possibly quit your 9 to 5 if you could get 5,000, 10,000 a month.
Yep.
Or whatever your goal is.
It's the Burr strategy.
I know Bailey couldn't live on 2,000. I mean, he's over here.
I like to eat,
he
boy.
needs to eat.
Mm.
He's got a sushi.
Mm.
Sushi, Chipotle. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Felix.
Speaking our language.
Chipotle.
Papa-san.
Yeah.
Chipotle.
Chipotle sponsor us.
Yo, come on, man.
These guys eat Chipotle at least 4 times a week.
4 times a day, man. Come on.
I
Breakfast, brunch,
I beg 'em
lunch,
not to.
dinner, and a
Yeah.
snack.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's equity. And that's the advantages of equity.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'd love to hear if anybody's like, hey, I prefer cash flow over that, and we'd love to hear your point of view.
Yep.
We can explain our point of view a little bit better about how, what else you could do, and we can break it down for you. But I've always seen that the sentiment, the way that homeowners feel, investors feel, knowing, hey, I got a property that's worth more than I owe on it.
Or sometimes the opportunity isn't present. Let's say you do a 1031 exchange or something like that. You don't want to get tax gains or something. You're about to sell the property.
Mm-hmm.
But you're trying to look for that next opportunity. And within that timeline, you're not able to find anything. Or you're just trying to get something done quick. You can't really go wrong with equity. If you walk into a property with equity,
Like a piggy bank.
yeah, like a piggy bank, and then like you're able to rent it out for, well, if you're buying it cash, you don't have to worry about it, right? You just buying it. But let's say you get a loan or something like that. You're walking into a property with equity, and you're able to rent it out for
The payment.
how much the mortgage is. You have a property for free that is making money for you throughout time. And then if you do have to sell or anything, you have some equity in play where you can get your money back and maybe even a few bucks.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Pay
That's-
down the mortgage, and then if it over a long period of time, it always appreciates. So.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Build your equity.
Yeah, and it's long-term wealth too. It's not fast money. It's slow money, we call it. Buying rentals is slow money. You need to have other sources of income to be able to buy properties for the slow money. I get excited when we get a property for slow money, because like Anthony said, not only the feeling of the wealth is building, but also there's a lot of tax benefits with it. I know it's like a piggy bank, like Felix was just talking about. If we ever need to do a cash out, we need the cash or
sell it.
sell it. Yeah, or sell it for
Yeah, I
a
mean,
profit. So,
you sell your losers and keep your winners, and sometimes that's what's a nice thing. Once you get a nice equity position, you can then decide what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
Like, is this cash flowing? No. Okay, let's get rid of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we've had properties like that we buy it at a good equity, and we're willing to with really good equity. But let's say we get a loan to buy it, like a hard money loan or something, and the rent that like maybe barely covers the rent, or we're bleeding a little bit each month. It's a business decision whether you're willing to do that or not. There's the best case scenario is a great equity position with cash flow. With a little bit of cash flow, it pays off the mortgage at least. That's your best case.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but apartments and stuff are great because it's like having one. It's as if you had one door because they're all in one place. You can manage them all in one place. That's why a lot of people like them, because you don't have to be. Instead of having 4 houses in different places, you have 4 doors in one place, and that way they can be easily managed.
Yeah, easily managed. If you don't have to worry about running around if you got something that's wrong in unit 2 and 3, they can just go there. You can send a handyman out there, your repair guy, do it instead of him having to drive over there. Then you say, hey, then we got to get you over here and coordinate, and it's much easier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's build those equity Let's build those chips. Put
Build-
that
build
stack the
piggy
chips.
banks. Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you you want to talk about how you can get into properties with equity, walk into it. And we'll show you. Felix is the off market guy. He's going to be able to provide you with those properties.
We'll make sure it works for you. We'll make sure the numbers make sense.
Yep. Always.
Always.
You guys always walk into equity with you, Felix.
There's always going to be equity in play. I mean, if you,
All right.
yeah, obviously
I'm
there
done.
has to be.
Yeah.
Call me.
You got it. Well, that's pretty much it, man. Equity is a good topic. It's an easy one.
Yeah.
You just but it's a really good topic to understand. Like, really know what it's about and how it can help you out. And
Yeah.
there's more than one way of doing things.
Yeah, and before we finish out, another thing too, we didn't talk about is when you get hard money loans. Let's say you identify a property, you need to get a hard money loan on it.
Oh yeah.
The loan company will look at how deep you bought the property, meaning what did you buy it with 40% equity? Did you buy it with 30? So that, you can leverage the most amount of financing that you can with a hard money lender, private money lender, et cetera. So that's huge to take into account when you're, as an investor, the deeper you buy the property, the better it is for you.
Yeah, the more equity you got, the more the lender is willing to work with you and give you more benefits.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
They're more secure.
Exactly. Yep, they're more secure.
Okay, well that's
1
it,
thou
guys.
per.
Yeah, 1 thou per. Let's get it, baby.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys so much for being here. We talked about equity. Hope you guys like the new set. I really like it. We're not even done yet, boy, but like we'll let you see it once it's done.
Yeah.
All righty. All right, guys, take care. I'll see y'all on the next one.
See you on the next one. He salutes him. Love it.